when people be like, God told me this, that, and the third, some of the things God said is like written in the word. And then sometimes, like, you can call out to Him and something you wasn't thinking before enters your mind. You know, sometimes it's quick, sometimes it's a little down the road. One thing God says is that His ways are way higher than ours, and His thoughts are not our thoughts. Like, that's why we be like, I don't understand a lot of times. And then sometimes, of course, just, when your prayer get answered, you know who you've been pleading out to for help. So, I always say, like, from a young age, I was the type, to draw negative attention. And I ain't gonna front usually from females. So I guess, if majority of men, feel some kind of way toward me, it's the females. But saying females is not fair enough or definitive enough because it ain't all. It's like a type of female. Now, ever since, pretty much I read Solomon and Sheba's story, not well, the Queen of Sheba. I really don't even know what her name was. But ever since I read their story or whatever, I always said that, she was me, I'm her, or whatever. I felt like I related to her, because she was, gorgeous, wealthy, and came to see, the finest, smartest man alive. You know what I'm saying? And I was like, yeah, that sounds like something I would do. I ain't wealthy on this earth yet. I'm gonna put the yet. You know what I'm saying? But scriptures do say, "Let the poor say I'm rich." You know. All right. But anyway, so the thought entered way back then, and as time went on, you know how many of us call ourselves queens and stuff. You know what I'm saying? But like I told my son, okay, you king of what? I was like, as many kings, as many queens. You got the Queen of England, you got the Queen of, Scotland, or, the Queen of wherever they at. You know what I'm saying? So I consider myself a queen of bosses. Now, I guess in a way that's queen bee, but I don't consider myself that other kind of queen bee because she loves to have people following behind her and stuff. As a queen of bosses, I like my individuality. I don't like people, following behind me on every little thing. Now, I don't mind if I inspire you, but to watch what I do and do everything I do, you know what I'm saying? One, you're trying to steal my individualism. Two, you're showing your competitiveness, but I'll say again, like, how you gonna beat me by being me? You know what I'm saying? And you can tell because, like, I mean, like, if at least, I look around at like 8 other women doing this, you know what I'm saying? And I'm like, I ain't never been the type that like a bunch of little, chicklets running behind me. I ain't never been that type. But the reason why I say queen of bosses because, throughout my life, something I realized is that, people who get the job done, people who run their life, people with multiple streams of income, they always love being around me because I'm not a begging type. Like, even if I'm not up there with them financially, I'm not a begging type. Like, if you take me out to eat, I ain't gonna be calling you for food in my refrigerator next week. You see what I'm saying? So I truly will celebrate with you when you're up. To whereas, there's a certain, breed of people that, one, they're envious if you're up. Two, if you do something nice for them, now they coming back, shopping around in your wallet, purse, or what have you. But anyway, the epiphany that came to me, which I thank God for, is I used to feel like, like, dang, I'm doing everything I'm supposed to do, well, let's just say I'm doing 98% of what I'm supposed to do. You know, I don't bother anybody. Even if I don't like somebody, I don't sit there and scowl at them all day. Like some do me. You know what I'm saying? As a matter of fact, I don't even like looking at unattractive things. So some women, when they sit there and at me all day, I'm like, girl, like you not attractive, and then now you doing. Why would you keep looking at me if it's gonna make you look like you sucking on lemons or something? You see what I'm saying? But I'm like, you want to stare at me? I can't stare at you because I don't like what I see, but you must love what you see because you can't wait to do this every day. But anyway, that wasn't the epiphany. The epiphany was if the wolves, I'll say, they say wolves in sheep's clothing. If the wolves can knock that spotlight out, then the sheep all become prey. Now, I'm a sheep as well, but I know where the shepherd is, so I can show the other sheep where the shepherd is. You see what I'm saying? But the people who, listen to this side instead of this side, the angel, and then this side, some people cater to the wicked side, to the evil side. You see what I'm saying? They cater to it. Now, for the most part, I'm strong enough to endure. It's a little harder, like say, like on a job or something, because like, if you want to eat, you kind of like forced to have to deal with it. You know what I'm saying? Anywhere else, you can kind of just, walk yourself out of there or whatever. But I realized, like I said, it came to me like the reason why the people who trying to walk the straight and narrow get attacked is because when the other people that are weaker get attacked, they won't have anybody to run to if they take you out first, if they take the lighthouse out first. Like, I can pick on that chick over there, but only thing she gonna do is run over there to LA. You see what I'm saying? So I know what I'll do. I'll take LA out. Focus on taking LA out. I'm looking around and I got like 4 or 5 crews. You know what I'm saying? At all times, there's like always, figuring out a way to come for my head. You see what I'm saying? They get together and complain. They do this, do that, or whatever. You know what I'm saying? And it was bothering me to the core because I'm like, God, like, what? Because I show restraint, But like I said, now I got the epiphany. The epiphany is take out all the lights, the bright light people. I ain't the only one. It's a lot of people with light. And as I look out on the internet and hear these stories and tales, a lot of us kind of have the same complaints of like, only thing I do is do my job and be quiet, but yet I'm being attacked. You know what I'm saying? I told the person I like my desk neat, but yet she still comes over here and makes a mess. You know what I'm saying? They have to push us off kilter. You see what I'm saying? So that the people weaker than us don't have a place to run to. So I'm glad that, God put that epiphany in my thoughts because for ages I've been, like wondering. And lately I've been getting to the point of like, God, I got about this much left. And I believe He put that answer in my mind that because, if they take out the light, you see what I'm saying? The weak won't have a place to run to, or the weaker won't have a place to. They're weak probably because they don't turn to God like that. You see what I'm saying? I'm not so strong because I'm doing all my push-ups. I'm strong because I meditate with Him, the creator of all, you see.